So I'd now like to invite the CEO and Director of Jaffer Business Systems to the stage, Syed Veqar ul Islam. So please come and join us for a roundup, sort of a keynote remark. So we'd like to have you join us, but we would like you to stay there. Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and very good afternoon. I was supposed to interview a cricketer, and he couldn't turn up because he got stuck in Karachi. We are having this major franchise tournament, and he's one of the panel referee, so he couldn't get out of it. So what my role is more or less talk about just summing up what has happened in last 2 days, and I would be brief. The theme of this conference is imagining the unimaginable. Based on what happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks in this country and across the borders, who would have imagined that we'll have a conference attended by over 2,000 people in last 2 days? Who would have imagined that we'll have 65 delegates from 25 countries to travel to Pakistan, be daring, and make it happen? Who would have imagined that in a country which is at this stage undergoing some serious issues on the borders, there will be 3 federal ministers, key ministers here, 4 federal ministers actually, giving confidence about the future of this country? Who would have imagined that Joint Chief of Staff would talk about strategic moments and strategic depth that is available at this point in time in this country? Who would have imagined that President of this country would be at a dinner to host you all, to inspire you for a brighter, smarter, better future of this country? Who would have imagined that in these times, 100+ of these delegates would see the Prime Minister of this country, and who would talk about being daring, who would talk about giving a vision to this country, who would talk about transforming this country towards a new phase of its journey. So for me, imagine the unimaginable has happened in the last 2 days. And I'm well cognizant of the fact that it is a journey. We are at the beginning of a journey, but I keep saying it to many people who I come across and meet. In my 56 years, I have never felt more hopeful about this country than what I do today. And why do I say that? The first signs that any country, or for that matter, any company, many of us represent the companies as well, the first signs that any company or any country starts to accept its problem and say, we need to change, is the moment where the country says, I'll go forward. In this country, in last 8 months ago, 16.8 million people said, we want change. And we want change for the better. We cannot live with 25 million children out of school. We cannot live with poor health facilities. We cannot live where drinking water is an issue. We cannot live where ease of doing business is an issue. And the whole country voted and said, we will change. And all the things that I spoke about, and many of the people talked about in the last 2 days, are pointing in that direction. This country of 210 million people has close to 70% of the population, which is what they call millennials, centennials, Generation Z. They are the youth. And the remaining 30%, which belong to more or less my generation, they can blend the experience with the creativity, energy, enthusiasm of the youth to make what is now being called Naya Pakistan. So once again, I do want to thank all of you for being here. I especially want to thank all the foreign delegates who have come in. And by the way, not just foreign delegates have traveled from abroad, but out of the 2,000 people that I spoke about, many of them have traveled from across the country to attend this conference. So it's a national conference, and it's also an international conference. My request to all the delegates who have come here, when you go back, be our ambassador. When you go back, convince people that what they see on media and television is not the Pakistan that you've just seen in the last 48 hours or 72 hours. Inspire them about the talent that is available in this country. Tell them about how Pakistanis are yearning for change, talking about transforming the country, talking about taking it to the next level, so that next year we have 200 delegates from 50 countries of the world and make it an even bigger international conference than what it is today. So my message is of hope. My message is of transformation. My message is of change. My message of not just seeing the challenges of 25 million children out of school, but seeing the opportunity of training those 25 million people and making an impact to the lives of millions of other people who live in this country. My hope doesn't come from the fact that we have poor health facilities, but from the fact that there is serious opportunity to transform the health sector, and anyone who is willing to come and invest and work with government and local entrepreneurs and private sector to transform that, it is a great business opportunity, and it's a great opportunity to serve humanity. My rest of my life is all about hope, and I want you to carry that message forward as well. Thank you so very much. Thank you.